Hey there, how's it going? I'm doing just fine right now myself. How are you doing? I bet you're doing great. I bet you're doing great right now, cause right now I need to talk. I need to talk. All right. So basically, what I'm gonna title this video is I am so confused because I am confused. I am so confused on a lot of things right now, and I think I have figured something out. It's going to sound like a lot like the last video, so if you haven't watched that, then I guess it's going to sound pretty similar to that. I don't know. I don't know. But, um, so yeah, what I'm confused about is dating again and discussing women. That seems to be a, a strong theme with this channel so far. I swear I think about other things than that, but really that's just my life right now, and that's just a big component of life. So I'm going to talk about it. What I have printed out, all right, what I have printed out here, I have a bunch of papers on this desk, is if y'all have taken any sort of psychology class, y'all know what this is. It's Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? So what I was really confused about here, and when it comes to dating, is from what I keep seeing on, I know it's the internet. I keep seeing this on the internet, and it's that in order to have a good relationship, you need to be employed as a man, right? Okay, so with that, and you also need confidence. That's also a big part of it. So yeah, so the bottom portion here, the physiological, we already. So for me, I already got that covered. I'm pretty well good there. I got the food, I got the shelter, sleep, reproduction, not so much, but we'll just gloss over that part. Safety needs, personal security, employment. I don't have that right now. Resources, health, property. I kind of have property, kind of don't. Then we get up to the next one, which is friendship, intimacy, family sense of connection. Well, that's what I'm looking for right now. I want intimate relationships with other women, human beings, you know? But then you get to esteem, which is respect, self esteem, status, recognition, and strength, yada, 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 yada. Um, I'm still working on that. And then, self actualization at the very top. So, ideally you want to follow this to figure out what you need in life and just how you want to prioritize things, but I'm kind of seeing something missing here. A lot of women say they want a confident guy, they want a stable guy, they want someone they can depend on, lean on. But really that doesn't come until this second to last one up here, the esteem portion, and that doesn't come up until then. But below that is intimacy, sense of connection. So what I'm confused about is it seems as though us guys, we need the intimacy before we can get to the confidence, before we can get to the actual status, before we can actually become someone. We need that sense of connection before we can get that. But women want it to be, they want us to already have that before they jump in. So I'm just really confused about that right now. I am like my when I looked this up, I was having a fucking meltdown earlier. I was having a crash out, just because I was at Target. Well, I wasn't at Target. I was in the Target parking lot. I was about to go in and cold approach some people, but then I was just really obsessed about I need a job I can't I need to prioritize this. Should I focus on this, or should I focus on getting a job? Like, which one is it? Because ideally a woman would want income, they would want money, they want stability, and if I can't provide that because I don't have a job, then what fucking good am I? That's what it's going to sound like in the previous video that I did here. So if I need a job in order to be stable, and that comes with safety needs, okay, I see that. But then if women aren't following along and saying, oh, okay, you got a job, but maybe your self-esteem isn't all that high, well, I'm not going to pair up with you, but I need you for that, according to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So if they're skipping a step, it seems as though women are skipping a step, and if they're skipping a step, why can't I skip a step? Why can't I just go in and just try it out without even having a job? What's stopping me? What's stopping any of this? If they're not playing by the rules here, if they're not playing by Maslow's hierarchy of needs and playing along with it, you're kind of waiting. Women tend to wait at the finish line and pick the winner, instead of helping someone to the finish line. No, I'm going to pick the winner because it's the winner, And if they're not playing along with that, then I'm not going to play along either. So, and I was really confused about this because I need a job. I need income, not just for women, but also for myself too, because I also have a future I need to finance for, right? Okay, so my energy and time should be going into that, but I should also be thinking about approaching women as, because that's also self-development too, I've developed myself financially, cool. I should also develop myself socially, because God knows I need that. All right, so I have these two different worlds, and they both require a lot of time out of me. Which requires most time? Okay, so you have job, you have women. All right, so one is a want, the other one's a need. But you can also see it as they're both kind of wants, because I do need money, but I also kind of, well, actually I don't want money. Is it a want? No, it's a need. Money's a need. Hierarchy of needs. Hold on. Yeah, resources, that's part of the basics. You need money for food. You need money for water, for shelter, for all that stuff. You need money for, your resources, your health, your property. You need it for all that. So it's kind of weird how property and shelter are. It's like, I guess, okay. So, my brain's kind of scattered right now, but my rambling was a little bit more clear earlier when it was all flowing out, but now I'm kind of like reciting my flow state, and it's not flowy anymore. It's all over the place, and I can't really organize it all that well. I also put up those pictures that I about in the last episode. The man in the arena and the Dwayne quote. Yeah, I put up those, and they look nice up there. I put them up where I get my wallet and keys and everything, and I'll just read it as I'm heading out the door. Make it into a sort of habit where I read man in the arena and die on the road as I go out the fucking door. But If they're not playing by the rules, I'm not playing by the rules. So I don't really give a fuck anymore. I kind of lost my mind on the drive back here. Like, I was kind of losing it because I was going fucking crazy. I was insane, and I'm losing my fucking shit. But I think I understand that that's just women. I guess they drive you fucking crazy. It's like that's what they do. So I'm kind of losing my mind right now, and I haven't even really started dating. So I'm just losing my mind beforehand. That's just me. And I'm just really wondering if I should be dating right now, or if I should be, focusing on getting a job, because I was working on getting a job yesterday, and my plan was today I was going to cold approach, but that didn't happen. So tomorrow I gotta go mow at my dad's place, and that's probably gonna take up most of my time. And then Monday I got some stuff to do, so maybe I could squeeze it in on Monday. We'll see. But the bad thing about living in my sort of area is just I don't live in a city. I live in like where there's just towns, like scattered across an area, kind of rural. But also I wouldn't consider it country, but it's kind of country, kind of not. It's just towns. There isn't a city. It's a town. There's just towns around here. So you can't really filter anyone down, because people say like, oh, you should go and find people who share similar hobbies. Find girls who share similar hobbies to you. That'd be great. But I don't live in a fucking city where there's a whole bunch of shit to do. No, no, no. No, I live in a town, bro. I live in town, and there isn't anything to do around here. There's nothing to do around here where I am, so I'm just it's harder to filter people down around here than it is in like a city, which is kind of weird because in a city you got more people, but also you got more ways to filter it out because you got groups, you got people, you got like people who do things together in a city, groups of people you can go and like, because one of the things I always wanted to try out was archery. I really want to try archery out, but there's no archery shit around here, so I'm gonna have to wait till I get into a city before I can do that, which hopefully will be coming up, but we'll see. I gotta get money first, and that's a big reason why I need a job, because I need money. I need money to go and pay for this shit, to actually go and move out into a city. So, yeah. So do I need to be dating right now? I don't know. Do I need to be? Because why can't I look at it like working out? Because I don't need to work out. I don't need to get these big muscles. I don't need that. But I want it. And I pay money for a gym membership. So, really, it's kind of the same thing. It's just kind of development. It's gaining those big muscles, and instead of it being like a physical press thing where you're building it physically, you're instead building it up here. You're building it in the mind. You're building your emotional intelligence and stuff, and you and all that. So yeah, yeah. So why can't I look at it like that? Just do casual sort of dating and hookup culture shit. Although I don't even want to be part of that because I hate that idea. But what else can I fucking do in my situation? I'm a young guy in my 20s. I hate the idea. I don't like hookup culture. I don't like casual dating. I don't like that idea of it just being, oh, it's just a casual thing. There's no actual like feelings about it, but there is feelings about, but it's also like, oh, it's nothing serious, and it's like I don't like that idea, but at the same time, it's like I kind of have to do it because I want intimacy. I want that. That's part of the hierarchy of needs, and now fulfill me up, and then I can go. And once I get a job, once I get a job and once I get some intimacy, then I can build myself up even more because then I can actually, fight for a purpose. Besides just myself, because yeah, I like fighting for myself. I feel like that's, myself should be my top priority, of course. But also, having someone else to do it for is also really nice. I'm a man. I'm a servant. That's what I do. That's in my blood. But also, I should be more selfish in life and working towards myself, and not for a woman who won't give two shits about me. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm kind of whatever. I don't know. So I think you can say I'm overthinking it. I am overthinking it. I'm overthinking it for forever, man. I'm overthinking it like overthinker, like the big overthink. I am the overthink. I am the one who overthinks. You know. I am. So, but if I feel like if I don't overthink, then I'm not thinking enough, and that's stupid. So, yeah. It's like, my God. It's like, fucking. I love my brain. I love my brain so much. I love making these YouTube videos. It's fantastic. It's great. It's like therapy. It's like therapy, and I'm talking it to the void of the internet. Hello, me. This is me. This is the boy. And I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. I'm really am. And it's not very good. It's not very good. I'm not gonna lie. It's not very good. Yeah. So yeah. I don't know what else to say. Been rambling for almost 18 minutes. I'm a big rambler, aren't I? This stuff's falling out of my mouth, and I'm just, yeah, and you're hearing it. You're hearing it. So, congratulations, you're the winner. So yeah, take that. So you would think I would do both. So I'm moving towards three directions, right? Well, really, yeah, it's kind of three because I have. Well, gym is a habit. Gym is just part of my day-to-day routine. It's fine, but you got the job route, you got the romance route, and then you got. Well, I'm doing this play right now, so I got to work on that. So you got the big three. You got work, you got romance, and you got the play. Okay. I don't know if I'm missing anything with that. Job, romance, play. I think that's it. So we got those big three ones right there. We have. I just wonder if I should be doing it right now or if I should just wait until I'm like 25 or 26 before I start dating, Because I need to practice. But I also just hate the idea of using a person as practice material. Because that's a woman. That's wrong. It's wrong to do that, but I think if I'm just clear and direct from the get-go that I'm not really expecting anything from this situationship thing, then I don't know. But at the same time, it's like, why even get bothered into that? Because I know I'm going to develop feelings, and this is part of the game, you know? Like you can't dabble in the throes of love and not expect to be hit by Cupid's arrow, you know? It's like you're walking into, like, it's like if Cupid and his gang were having like an archery sort of um like range, and they were practicing their arrows, and you decide to like run out in front of all those arrows. Don't expect to not get hit by, you know, by an arrow. You dabble in, you play around, you fuck around, you're gonna get shot. So that's what's gonna happen, and I don't like that that's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. So, you know what? It's whatever. I don't like the idea of practicing people with human beings, but it's like I kind of need that. I kind of need that in my life, you know, kind of build my social repertoire, and become someone likable, because I think I'm a likable guy. I don't know, but I mean, I like myself, I think. I think I like myself. But and I like being by myself. I mean, it could be fun, but I'm just missing that intimacy, bro. I'm just missing that. And according to the hierarchy of needs, I mean, women aren't really following the rules when it comes to this thing, because they're expecting us to, you know, skip a step before we get to them. And it's like, bro, we need you to get to the finish line, bro. We can't be self-actualized and have high self-esteem and be respected and all this without that third layer. We need the third layer right there, guy. We need that third layer. And that's where you come in. So, but also I need a job. I need employment. So that's we'll get there. It'll come. But if they're not following the rules, I'm not going to follow the rules either. No one really gives a shit about this. I mean, who the fuck even, like, follows this rule besides me, because I'm a weirdo? You know, like, who the fuck even, like, paid attention in psychology class about this shit? Like, no one did. They were all just typing away at ChatGPT. You know, that's what all they did. Playing fucking games at the back of the classroom on their laptop, like playing cool math games. Those are pretty fun. I personally liked Run 3 the most. That was a good game. I'm thirsty, bro. I'm thirsty. But yeah, I think that'll conclude my rambling session for tonight. I'm tired. I think I might go to bed. I might stay up a little bit longer, but I'm probably gonna go to bed. I might play some TF2. I don't know. It just kind of depends on how long this is gonna take to upload. I might just take my phone, go over there, and just wait for this to upload, because this shit takes a while to actually, like, in like the YouTube studio where I go to upload these videos, like, they always take so fucking long, bro. It's like takes an hour, a fucking hour of uploading. Oh my god. Well, maybe I can just play TF2 while that's happening. I could do that. I might just do that. So yeah, that'll conclude it. There you go. Okay. You have a good day. You have a good day. I'll talk to y'all later. All right. I'm fucking loopy, bro. Oh my god.